Hi guys, welcome to another episode of What's on the Market. Sorry for a second there, I forgot which video I was doing. Good. So today I'm very excited because we're going to be looking at a product that is a particular favourite of mine. I've had these for quite some time, so I'm actually kind of excited because this week I should hopefully be getting these figures made and then looking forward to painting them in the future. So we're going to have a look at the Blitzkrieg German Infantry box set. Now these are plastic 28mm figures, historical figures. There are 30 multi-pose figures within this set, or enough pieces to make 30 figures. For me, this is certainly, when they came out, one of the best ranges that Warlord had produced. They've obviously now exceeded those with the Winter Soviets. I can't remember whether the Winter Germans are out, but certainly with the Grenadiers, the German Grenadiers that they brought out, they were again another level up, I've been told. And the Fashion Maker that have just come out as well are again so constantly getting better. But for me, with these, I had bought a box of the late war Germans. I think they were one of the first kind of plastic figures that Warlord brought out, and they were good at the time. Looking back on them now, I've got bunches that I haven't finished off, and I'm very reluctant to go back and finish them off just because they're so horrible to paint. Whereas these guys are lovely to paint. So we're going to take a look at these today. Let's just very quickly have a close-up on the artwork of the box. So you get a lovely diagram on the front with a little bit of a description as to the German army during the sort of Blitzkrieg period, 39. I think these stretch as far as early 42, but I could be wrong. Certainly if you aren't thinking early war like Battle of France, Battle of Belgium, Battle of Poland, if you're not interested in that but you're interested in Operation Barbarossa, these are still worth picking up because they will fit into an early Operation Barbarossa game quite nicely. On the back then, we've got a few examples of what these figures are going to look like. Again, more of a description and an explanation as to what's in the box. And of course this symbol, which is really great. It's the Warlord figurehead, sort of optional head system. Okay, basically it allows you to put the heads on separately, which means you can put various heads on various units. And as Andy Singleton has informed me, this is one of those sets that's great for kit bashing and converting using parts from other boxes. So the German Pioneers fit nicely with this. Also maybe using some of the metal SS later war SS heads, which you could put on these to make early war SS. So within the box, as I said, we have enough components to make 30 German infantry miniatures, and not only is it just regular infantry, but we can also create command figures as well, which is great because, as I've discussed in another video, looking at the structure of a bolt action force, you need to have a lieutenant and you need to have 2 basic infantry squads to basically to field a force. That's the minimum requirement, and you'll get all that out of this. So it really is an army almost in a box from that sense. If you were to buy the medal command figures, then you could get easily 10 squads of 3 out of this, or even 4 of whatever, or 5 of whatever, 5 of 6. There you go. And so you've got a lot of options with this box. I actually have got 2. And I actually plan to create 2 platoons worth, so 3, probably 2 units, and they'll both have 3 squads in. I'm thinking that one's going to have slightly smaller squads because I didn't think ahead when I was making the first lot, and I put in a sniper team, and I put in an officer, and what else did I do? That's about it. I didn't plan to have 10 groups of 3 and then buy separate command figures, so that's fine. I'll just have to adjust my figures slightly. But yeah, so within this you get your 30 infantry. You also get a bunch of weapons. You get the Kar 98K rifle, the standard German issue rifle. You get the MP38 and the MP40 submachine gun, which you'll see a lot of the NCOs running around with. You get a Luger pistol. You probably get a few of those. I think there's even one which is the hand holding the Luger, so you just glue that hand onto the arm, and that's pretty cool. You get the MG34 light machine gun, the Kar 98K with the bayonet attached, and you also get one with a scope on, or a couple with a scope on, and you also get some stick grenades. So there's a lot of variation in this box. You also get 30 25mm diameter round plastic bases. Okay, so you can base them. Basically, you get everything you need to build the figure and to base the figure in here up to that point, although I don't use the bases, but that's just my personal preference. And the final thing you get is a construction sheet. So I really like these. I've got some figures down here, but we'll take a closer look at those in a minute. And you can see some made but not painted. I've got some others that are painted. So let's go cameras down on this wonderful product. We'll take a look inside and then we'll come back to finish up with. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so let's open up this box and see what we've got inside. I'm hoping this is the one. I haven't started already. Okay, so first thing we pull out is the construction leaflet, and I apologise for the shadow. It's where the camera is, and unfortunately the lighting's behind it. But so we've got the construction leaflet. We've got some ideas of some poses up the top here, which are really nice. I particularly like the prone position guys. I know a lot of people who don't like the prone position, but for me it's good because having experience being in the army and the forces, you know, there are really only two positions, and that is prone or running. You kneel, you know, as well, but prone is a very common position to be in, particularly in a firefight. So I like that, and it gives you options not only for the machine gun, but for just somebody lying down in the prone position, maybe throwing a grenade, maybe firing a rifle, maybe having a look through some binoculars. You can do snipers as well in those positions. So there's a lot of options there. And then we have the really important part for me anyway, the sprue contents. And so what we've got here is a picture of what's on the sprue, and then lists coordinated with the numbers on the diagram. What I really like about this set is that unlike previous sets where you had essentially a sprue with all the body parts, and then you had a separate, and the equipment would be on there too, and then you had a separate sprue which was a weapons sprue, but this is all on the same sprue, which is really nice. The bases do come separately on their own little sprues. So let's open up the box a bit more and have a look. So inside the box, that's lucky, thought I didn't have bases for a minute there. Okay, let's see what we can do. Sorry about the space here. So we've got the sprues, they come 5 on, sorry, we've got the bases, they come 5 on a sprue, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, 5 of them. So we've got plenty for all these if you choose to use them. I don't, but that's just my preference. And then we have 5 of the sprues. Let me just move these other ones out of the way. And they're pretty much all the same. Yeah, all the same. On here we've got various bodies. We've got some walking ones, some running ones, and the prone one, as I said. We also have one which is a kneeling one, which is pretty cool. We've got 6 figures per sprue, and obviously times 5, that's 30. The weapons on here are really nice in the sense that a lot of them are already in arms. You don't have to worry about fiddly sort of trying to get the weapon into the hands in the right position and then positioning the arms at the same time. Generally speaking, For example, this one here, we've got rifle firing arms with the rifle already attached. We've got one here, which is an MP40, and it's already attached to the arm. And we've got a few other bits. I am going to do a video as part of my bolt action basics video series, which basically goes through talking about building plastic figures, and one of the things that I'm going to be mentioning that Andy Singleton rightly pointed out in one of his articles was that in the Second World War, most armies were taught to carry their weapons in one of two ways: either in the port position or in the I forgot the technical name of it. It's like trailing. Basically, you would hold it basically on the top and probably with your hand about halfway up the weapon, and carry it like so. In fact, I don't think I've got an example. Oh, I do. I will show you that in a minute. And what I like about this set is that the arms go along with that. The arms, basically, you can, you know, the ones that you have to attach the weapon to, you can put the weapon in the port position, or you can put it in the trail position, or you can put it in the firing position, and it gives your character a bit more of a historical feel. On top of that, we've got lots of extra pouches that you can stick onto your guys. Lots of rifles, which I like because it sticks with the rules and it's very historical. We've got a few stick grenades. There's even one for the MG34 gunner to be holding and firing sort of from the hip, which I know a lot of people quite like to pose their figures like so. If we just talk about the heads very quickly, here we go, spin them around. Okay, so they're at the bottom there. We have, on each sprue, there's 6 helmets. Sorry, let me just take a close look. One guy without any headwear, one guy with a cap, probably an officer, and a couple of guys with side caps. Now, I like all my guys to have helmets, just primarily because I think when you're in war, a helmet's generally what people are going to be wearing. Certainly was my experience, not in war but on exercise and things like that. We always were told to wear helmets, and a lot of the footage you see, they're wearing helmets, so I quite like helmets, but I know some people like to put some guys inside caps, and some maybe have lost their helmet or something. So there is a lot of variety, and one of the great things about this kit as well is it's quite easy to mix and match with other kits, as Andy Singleton refers to in his article. Really easy to stick some SS heads on these, metal SS heads, and make them early war SS. Bit of green stuff as well, and you can put smocks onto these. You can mix them up with the Pioneer set, which is essentially the same kit with a few extra Pioneer parts on it. I should mention, and this is one of my favourite parts about this sprue, is the belt of ammunition, and they've made it so that you can essentially have it sat around somebody's neck, sort of dangling down like you would have had, and not only can you use it for that purpose, but I actually decided to cut some up and have it look like it was coming out of the machine gun or feeding into the machine gun, so you could kind of get this action pose, and I'll show you that on the figures in just a minute. So yeah, really good. 5 lovely sprues in each set, and a lot of fun to build. So let me show you some examples of figures, some of the figures that I've built and painted, and then we'll head back to the chair. So let's move over to the my new photo box.
Okay guys, so here are a few of the figures that I've just built. Apologies again for the shadow. I will need to sort out some lighting to fix that. But as you can see in the front there, we've got some different prone position figures. We've got a sniper here on the right hand side here. He's just looking for his next target. Then moving left, the next one prone is actually a loader for the MG. And you'll notice I put them on pill bases just to get them to fit on the base. And I've actually used some green stuff and made some cobbled streeting. My thoughts are that in early war they would have been fighting in towns, and cobbled streets would definitely have been seen underneath soldiers laying down. So that's the thinking on that. And then on the left, we've got another machine gunner, but this one I've, as I said, cut up part of the machine gun link, the ammunition, and I've just glued it onto the side so it's feeding into the machine gun. Almost looks like from this angle that he's holding it and feeding it in himself, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so you can do that sort of thing with this kit. At the back then, again, working right to left, we have a guy throwing a stick grenade. And actually, I really like this guy because he's actually on his right boot. I don't know if we can maybe get a close-up. Yeah, not all that great. But anyway, on his right boot there, he's actually got a stick grenade stuck in that as a spare. So that's pretty cool. We've then got an officer who's got some binoculars, and he's giving the command hand. Pointing where they need to go. We've got an NCO next to him with a MP40, and then next to him we've got another rifleman who I've loaded up with some ammunition to go and resupply one of the machine gunners. So various different characters that you can get with these figures, and they make, they're very entertaining to put together. Really put a lot of character into these, and the detail of them is great. It makes painting wonderfully easy. And just to show you some examples of some of my figures that I've painted, let's check those out. Okay guys, hopefully these are a little bit easier to see because they've been painted. And so here are 7 examples of different figures and how they're painted up. The guy on the left here, he's charging with a bayonet fixed. Next to him we've got a sergeant taking a knee, giving some direction to his squad. Next to him we've got an ordinary rifleman. And next to him we've got a sniper's spotter. He's actually got a sniper rifle in hand with the scope and some binoculars, just scouting out possible targets. Then in the back row, we'll start off on the right hand side this time. You can see that they've got the different bases to the ones at the front. The guy on the back right is got his rifle at the trail, although it's a little bit in the air, but he's obviously winding up some momentum so that he can throw his grenade. Then in the center at the back we've got another officer, another NCO running with his MP40 on his shoulder and pointing with that command hand. And then we've got a rifleman at the back, just paused, covering his fellow squad mates. So lots you can do with them. Great quality figures. If you'd like more pictures or close-ups of these painted figures, then check out some of my other videos, but also feel free to ask, and I can always post some pictures up on Facebook, on the Facebook page Tees Foaming Terrain and all that. So let's go back to the chair and we'll bring things to a close for this review.
Okay, guys, so that was the Blitzkrieg German Infantry plastic figures box set. Okay, I rate this very highly. It's at least a 10 out of 10 for me, if not more, if that's at all possible. Um, I really like this set, and I find it very easy to put together. Not nearly as hard as some of the previous plastic sets where you're not only gluing arms on, but you're also then gluing the weapon in and trying to get that in when it's in with the body, and that was all just very difficult. Whereas with this, it's certainly a lot simpler, and I hear they're even they're getting more and more simple as more come out. But lots of variety, and you can get lots of poses in, and the fact that we've got prone position figures as well as kneeling, and it's wonderful. It's great. So that's really the set for me. I would highly recommend for any German player, particularly early war Germans, go out and get these. These are brilliant. Probably the best Blitzkrieg early war figures on the market. Although, to be fair, I haven't looked at some other groups like Artisan who have some great figures with different character about them, worth looking at. But plastics, this is the way to go. If you're into plastics, this is the box set for you. So if you found this video helpful, or you just enjoyed watching it, please feel free to like. If you want to say anything, you want to pass on your congratulations or well done's, please feel free to jot them down in the comments box. If you've got any questions or would like some more information, please again comment. I will put a link in the description to the product on the Warlord page, so you click on that, go direct to the this product on the website. And of course, if you've been watching a few videos now and you're really liking the series or any of my other series, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's always positive to come in and open up YouTube and see that I've got more subscriptions. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, until then, take care.